Ooh, an ad for the Netflix show Heartstopper Season 2. Looks interesting, but wait a second, what's this? Why on earth is the Soviet Union still here? Wait, please tell me this is not real. Wait, no, I found an image that isn't 240p quality, and it seems as though the Soviet Union is still here. Does the show take place back in the day? Reading the synopsis, no, it doesn't look like it takes place back in the day. Okay, this appears to be a pretty big mistake. Why does it kind of look like even Germany's split into west and east? Maybe the map's just dirty. Like there's like dirt everywhere else on this stuff. Is that even a Yugoslavia I see? Okay, clearly for some reason Netflix is using pre-1990 maps in their advertisements. I'm not really sure why, but maybe they just really missed the USSR? Okay, you know what? I guess it's possible that this is a scene that takes place maybe in modern day, but it's like in their history class or something. Now that would be really good. That would be pretty smart, I think. You know what? At the very least, this map includes New Zealand on it too. Speaking of New Zealand, my proposal for a bridge connecting us and New Zealand. Yellow circles are McDonald's. Yeah, talk about a genius concept alert. We're just gonna build a completely straight line from LA all the way down to the the southern island of New Zealand. I mean, we might as well, if we're going all the way across the Pacific Ocean, we might as well like finish the job and go to the southern tip of New Zealand. Hey, look, and Australia even gets a road themselves too. I love that there are exactly 3 McDonald's on this bridge. 4 would just be way too many. I want to be literally on the brink of death as I've just sat in traffic for 7 days straight, only to see far off in the distance the hazy golden arches. It's literally going to be one of the greatest moments of my life. Not only because I'll survive, but I'll know I'm a third of the way there. Now I just need to survive to the other 2 McDonald's. Thanks for the off-ramp to Hawaii as well. More people live inside the red circle than outside of it. But what I want to know is, how does this moon man know? Has the moon man ever been to the Earth? And if he has, is he the one that's sending all those weird orbital balloons everywhere? Someone's got to stop this guy. Oklahoma. Good Lahoma. Finally, there's bad Lahoma. And it doesn't get any more... I was gonna say, and it doesn't get any more Homa than this. I mean, it doesn't, does it? So depending on what view the Martians do go into our orbit and see, like, you know, from their direct, they're gonna see a different type of state. If we're lucky, they're gonna only see bad Lahoma and be like, you know what, this Earth place don't look so fun. Yo guys, look, it's Czechoslovakia, or is it Czechoslovakia? Regardless, Czechoslovakia is back and they've pulled down some new members. Everyone always gets Slovakia and Slovenia confused. Might as well just put them together. You know what? I don't even want the rest of those other places. I just want a Slovenia-Slovakia empire. The world isn't ready for the Slovenian Slovakians. A map of all the countries which are forgotten and remembered. The only problem is I don't see anything in red, which are forgotten. Did they just forgot to mark the country in red? Maybe that's a possibility. What country oftentimes in world maps are often forgotten? I wonder. Man, Australia sure is looking pretty lonely over here, aren't they? Wait, I just googled New Zealand in red, and for some reason I'm just getting this rabbit. Okay, anyways, I think I found our missing red country. Wait a second, guys. Has any one of us thought of this before? How on earth did the Chinese spy balloon get all the way to the United States without ever being noticed by these other countries? You'd think at least someone in Europe would have found out, but no. I think this confirms it. There's no way the Chinese spy balloon came from China. I think it just has to be a UFO now. Maybe the aliens will finally be able to confirm for us what the edge of the map looks like. It's a giant ice wall, right? New Mandela effect? What the freak is Azerbaijan? I've never heard of this place before, and apparently it just attacked Iran. Are new countries shifting into our timeline now? Are they invading? Quite honest, when you highlight it like this does look like just some random imaginary nation. I think it's the Enclave that really gives it that effect, though. I think there are so few maps on this Earth that literally highlight Azerbaijan that it freaks our human brain out. I look at maps for a living, and even I'm looking at this like, why does this look weird? What kind of weird portal did Doctor Strange just open up? No, I'm not a Eurocentric. Why would you accuse me of that? What a crazy idea that all the other continents revolve around this one. More like the entire solar system and galaxy revolve around Europe. Makes sense to me. Greenland is farther east, west, north, and south than Iceland. Wow, that's crazy. I literally never knew that. It helps that Greenland is one of the biggest islands on Earth. Also helps that Iceland is very tiny and probably has weird penguins on it. Wonder what type of wacky adventures the penguins Netherlands of Iceland could get themselves into. Did you know that France's longest border is with Spain? Source, I mean, look at it. It looks the longest. Where on earth could France's longest border be other than here? And man, oh man, does this guy have a point. He did the eye test and it works. It checks out. I mean, it's not like a random country in Europe would still hold on to 32,000 square miles of territory in another continent. And it's also not like their longest border could be with someplace random like Brazil with over 730 kilometers. That would be absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, if the world made sense, then yeah, France's longest border should be with Spain. But unfortunately, we live in a very, very weird timeline. Fun fact, I was on this dating website and some girl had put that she had been to every country in South America. And then I responded, even French Guiana, and for some reason she never responded back. I don't really know how to feel about that. I guess technically French Guiana is, she could have not gone there and still have been to every country in South America, or she could have gone to, it doesn't matter. Ooh, the most famous person from each Balkan country. We have Santa Claus in Turkey, Ataturk from Greece, Borat from Romania. Of course, we all know Nikola Tesla was Hungarian, Melania Trump, Slovenian, Tito from Croatia. We also have the dude that started WW1 from Bosnia, Dua Lipa from Albania. Something tells me this would totally not make anyone from these countries really, really upset. I'm fairly sure they would see this and there wouldn't even be a hint of anger out of them. Oh no, how could that be possible? As an American, this is how I see Europe. Finally, an accurate American POV of the European continent. It's about time we got one of these. This is literally what I see every single day. If the Canadians kept the theme involved with naming British Columbia, of course this territory is over in the southwest of the nation, and as you can see, none of these other names seem at all like British Columbia, but what if they were? So yes, we have British Columbia. Now get ready for British Venezuela. There's also British Aruba in Yukon, British Panama in the Alaska area, British Guyana. We have the French version, so we might as well bring it back in North America, not South America. British Suriname, British French Guyana. That makes sense because it's close to Quebec. We even have some US states. Montana is now British Brazil, British Ecuador, British Peru, British Bolivia, my home state of British Chile. Makes sense. California is kind of long. New Mexico has now been renamed to British South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands. That is an actual real place. Every time I say these Sandwich Islands, everyone thinks I'm making a joke. I am not. I really, really wish I was. Yes, another proposal to change European time zones. So as you can see, we're going to put some countries, of course, 1 hour ahead, other countries 2 hours ahead. Some places aren't going to change at all, and others are going to be completely void of time completely. They're just zero forever. They'll probably never be able to escape the shadow realm. I recently went to the point on Earth which is furthest away from land on all sides, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I will literally never be able to forget this moment as long as I live. Trust me, guys, the journey wasn't easy, but I did it for you. I just knew that everyone would want to see this one day, so here you go. Donate to my Patreon. What? Chile? No such thing. Wake up, soldier. We have bigger things to deal with. That's the memes that this is reminding me of. There's definitely a timeline not too far from our own where this is actually what the world map looks like, and I don't think anyone really notices. But man, the meme geography community, we'd be losing so much stock. What would we do without long Chile memes? A map of all the countries on Earth where they had a head of government called Abe, and he was assassinated. I guess the ABE is pronounced a little bit differently. Obviously, we have Abe Lincoln in the US, and then there was Shinzo Abe in Japan, but it's still the same spelling. Well, that wasn't a comparison I expected to see today. I guess I won't be naming my kid ABE then. How many times I've eaten KFC in countries I've visited? In black, a lot, because I live there. In red, 0. What a fascinating map we have on our hands here. I'm assuming the creator here is unsure if he's been to all these gray nations. Maybe he's like a partier, gets really drunk, he can't remember. So maybe he's been to a KFC in these places. We're just not confident. These are just no data maps pretty much. It's possible, but we don't know. I feel like I've only ever been to a KFC like 3 times ever. A map of all the countries where it is illegal to eat carpet at an airport. So apparently it is illegal to eat carpet at an airport in India. Why? Eating carpet strictly prohibited by the order, whatever the order is. That carpet does look pretty tasty, I have to admit. Maybe that's why they put the sign up. This guy's really disappointed in it, I think. Oh, apparently it was poorly translated. It meant to say sitting and eating on the carpet is prohibited. Well, now by law, you can't even eat the carpet. I don't like the way governments work sometimes. We used to be a country. The South's plan for land reclamation, or how they're just supposed to get more of it, they're just gonna go ahead and copy and paste Florida. So Alabama, you get a Florida, and Mississippi Mississippi, you get a Florida. Even Louisiana and kind of Texas get a Florida. Why does this image just look really wrong in my mind? I don't want to talk about it. The last thing we need is 4 Floridas. I don't think the Earth's ready for that. My hyper-realistic divide of the United States. In gray, we have the faction Wolfenstein, A New Order. In blue, we have the liberals. We can't forget about the ultimate Breaking Bad faction. Here, of course, in New Mexico. Then there's the Family Guy Liberation Army. Everyone here just watches funny Family Guy moments in 10-minute increments. In orange, we have Old Zealand. Finally, there's Hell, Michigan, which is actually in Alaska. I understand why Hawaii is in Old Zealand. That makes sense. I mean, regardless of the South being in that too. Wow, man, this is gonna be epic. Probably one of the greatest alternative history maps I think I've ever seen in my life. I just want to know who's gonna win, the Family Guy faction or the Breaking Bad faction. Kind of depressed that we might never get the answer to this. Map of all the counties in Germany where my girlfriend cheated on me. Not too bad. I don't even see that much red here. There's one along this border, one here, and then 2 here. We can't count the little like sad frowny face. All in all, Germany is still pretty clear, so not bad. I take this as an absolute win. Countries whose flag is this. In red, we have these 2. Weird. I really thought there'd be more. I mean, who doesn't love the combination of blue, yellow, and red? Actually, we were really close to getting 4 countries with a similar flag because Andorra and Moldova. It's kind of crazy how we just have like 2 countries with the exact same flag. Like, not similar, they're pretty much the exact same, and yet I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like this for a very long time. I don't think either one is gonna want to change. I mean, I guess technically the blue's slightly different, but it doesn't matter. Wait, there is also Indonesia and Monaco, but Monaco is a micro-state. Also, these countries do have a difference. The Indonesian flag is supposed to be 2x3, whereas Monaco is 4x5. We all know everyone definitely listens to flag dimensions at all times. And big thanks to my patrons. Drew, I forgot to kidnap you. Next date is March 19th, 2023 at 6:30 Boy, do I
PM.
love Arby's.
Drew's Eritrean grandma.
Portugal is not
Drew's
Balkans.
Argentinian
$20
grandpa.
is a lot, Drew.
aPhatNarwhal.
Bryton is the
Caleb,
best. The
H.
Mexican
Good old
760.
Rye.
Jack Traven's annoying
John
friend.
Denver,
Greeno is
Luxembourg,
Portugal.
Lover.
Fresh
Fresh
animation.
Animation.
The
RyeThePie.
Weekend.
The
The Great
Commonwealth.
Commonwealth.
Carmel
And ZaneyBoi